I'm trying to think.
You're wasting your time, Monty.
Jump.
Well, that was a smart move. You see what you made me do?
That's all I wanted to know.
Who is it, Smith?
Yes. I'll bet he'll be glad to get down here where it's nice and warm after a trip over those cold mountains. All right, Molly, supper.
Don't rush me.
You're certainly a lot of help in a checker game.
I'll leave it to Hanson. All I said was jump.
Yeah. I thought Marky was supposed to start back when Smith did. He'll be along after a while. He's flying the slowest crate in the outfit.
Stew again. Is that the only thing you know how to cook?
Why don't you be like me, my friend? I eat it, shut my eyes, and think of chicken.
Listen, if you don't like the food here, don't blame me. Tell Ellis. He buys it. I don't.
Yeah? Well, he's certainly got a nerve charging $30 a month for grub like this.
Right, my friend.
Hello, Smith. Shall I keep Marky's supper hot for him?
You needn't bother. He won't be back.
What happened?
The same thing that happened to Williams and Blake.
Did you see it?
Yeah. He was about 1,000 yards ahead of me. Over Los Gatos Pass, we got caught in a downdraft. I saw him fighting for elevation, and then a wing buckled.
Poor devil. Today it was Marky. Tomorrow or next week, it'll be one of us. What's to prevent it? I'll tell you nothing.
Shut up!
I'm sorry.
Getting jittery.
Molly, get him a drink.
Come on, boys, come on. Now, the going's tough enough down here without any hysterics.
Now, let's cut it out. How about a little chow?
No, thanks.
Cash or credit?
Charge it. I haven't got any money with me.
You'd imagine that at a time like this, Ellis would give a man a drink instead of charging him for it.
Ellis never gives anything away, ever. You know that.
What did you say when you told him about Marky?
Oh, he felt pretty bad.
Sure. Every trip over the mountains means $800 to Ellis. It's tough losing a ship and a pilot just when business is getting good.
Don't worry about Ellis. He'll have another man on his way down here before the week's over.
And another condemned crate for the poor fool to fly.
Smith tells me the motor shook the wings off Marky's plane. I told you to fix that ship.
Mr. Ellis, I'm not a magician.
It was good for another 1,000 hours.
What about the men who try to keep those flying coffins in the air? You don't worry about them.
Smith, there's no place in this business for sentiment. It's a plain matter of arithmetic. You fellows are hired to keep supplies moving into the mines. I'm here to see that you meet your schedules. If I fall behind in my service, the companies will bring in their own planes, and you'll all be out of luck.
Did it ever occur to you that you might improve your service if you bought planes that wouldn't fall apart?
New planes cost a lot of money.
Oh, sure, but men are cheap. You can buy all the pilots you want for chicken feed.
If you don't like the way I run my business, you can quit.
Quit, huh? Well, there isn't one of us can get a job anywhere else, and you know it.
That's your problem, not mine. Hello, operator. Relay this to the cabling office. George Wilson, Fairhaven, Connecticut, USA. Can use experienced pilot. Best planes in flying field this part of the world. If interested, New York banker will advance transportation.
Can use experienced pilot. Best planes in flying field this part of world. If interested, my New York banker will advance transportation.
You're going to wear that out. You've read it 50 times.
Well, I'll keep on reading it. You know, we've got an awful lot to thank this fellow Ellis for. Honestly, Lee, this is almost too good to be true.
To think that 8 weeks ago you thought you'd never get another job.
And it's not only a job I'm getting now, but a South American honeymoon.
I never believed much in good luck signs, but do you remember what the orchestra was playing that night we met?
No, I don't.
Orchids in the moonlight.
Well, we'll have orchids and moonlight and soft music for a long time now. This is South America.
And this is Delgado.
Doesn't look like much from up here.
Doesn't look much better down there, either.
Mousy. Mousy. Vucilovich.
What is it?
There she is. Our new plane.
Did you say new? From here almost I could see the wrinkles on her nose.
Well, she's a new ship to us.
The ships are always new and the pilots haven't a chance of getting old. Remarkable, Mr. Ellis. Vamos.
Mr. Ellis?
Yeah?
I'm Wilson.
All right. Find your quarters in there.
Well, I don't think you quite understand. I'm the new pilot. I'm Wilson, reporting for duty.
All right, all right. I'll talk to you later.
Oh, Lee, darling, this is Mr. Ellis. Mrs. Wilson, my wife.
I'm very pleased to meet you.
Who told you to bring your wife?
Well, we've only been married 3 months. I wouldn't take a job unless she was with me.
All right, what are you waiting for? Get it unloaded.
Hello, Ellis.
Nice ship, huh?
Yeah, beautiful.
How does she handle?
Like a threshing machine.
Doesn't Mr. Ellis strike you as a peculiar sort of person?
Oh, I don't know. It's probably just his way.
He certainly was glad to see me.
And I suppose I should have cabled him you were coming along.
Or left me at home.
Oh, don't be silly. You're my good luck charm.
I'm afraid it won't work with Ellis. That was a case of hate at first sight.
No, now that's just your imagination. Look, darling, you wait here. I'll run in first and see what it's like. Hello? I'm Wilson, the new pilot.
Howdy. Do you play checkers?
No, I'm sorry. Bridge, backgammon, but no checkers.
Find a room down the hall.
It will be charged to your pay.
We eat at 6.
Charged to your pay.
If you want a drink, call Molly.
Charged to your pay.
Well, hello.
Oh, how do you do? Oh, gentlemen, this is my wife.
What'd you say?
Well, I was trying to introduce you to my wife.
Well, let me introduce you to Delgado. Take a good look. Fine place for a woman.
Well, I like that. What do you think I am?
Shut up. You'll find a room at the end of the hall. Ellis will probably charge you double for it.
Orchids and moonlight. And me with a new flying outfit.
Tomorrow I'll give it a good scrubbing. With pictures and curtains, and it'll be perfectly all right.
Oh, now look, Lee, you can't stay here.
What's bad enough for you is good enough for me.
I know, but darling, listen, this place is... Now, those men...
Hang that up for me like a dear.
Oh, well, there's one consolation. It can't last forever.
A year's salary should put us on our feet. After all, this would be a fine place to save money.
Hello, Paul.
Hiya.
How's old Tailspin?
Look at him.
All right, boys, you can eat now.
Tell him supper's ready.
Come and get it.
What's the idea of the uniform, Mousy?
I hope the odor of mothballs will not annoy you, gentlemen. Besides, we have a lady for dinner, no?
That's right, and don't forget it. That goes for all of you. Over there. That's enough of that. Get out.
Who is the boss pilot?
He is.
Well, can you tell me which plane I will draw?
Well, you might draw the new plane. The one you came up in.
New? Why, they stopped making that model 8 years ago. If that isn't a condemned crate, I never saw one there was.
Yeah, well, that, Mr. Wilson, is the flagship of the Trans-Andean Line. You'll be lucky to draw it. Any more questions?
Yes. The cable said best planes and field in this part of the country. Where are they?
If Ellis had planes like that, he wouldn't need fellas like us to fly them.
I don't understand.
You don't think we work here because we like it, do you? Your husband wouldn't be here, would he, if he had a clean record in the States? I want to tell you something. Every new man that lights here thinks he's the first and only black sheep. Well, we're all black sheep. We're not interested in dishing dirt, so we tell it once and let it ride. Might as well get it over with. This is Mousy. Once Colonel Mosilovich of the Imperial Russian Army.
Honored.
That's enough, Mousy. Sit down. He was shot down during the war, never had nerve enough to take the air since. But he's a wizard at keeping rheumatic motors ticking. Over there is Mr. Hansen. You've heard of him. He flew over the North Pole. Developed a blind spot and was grounded. But he can still fly aces around most licensed pilots. On my right, we have the old-timer. He crashed a transport ship with 10 people. They all died. Pass me the mate, man. Naturally, he was grounded. Well, Mr. Wilson, how about your little bedtime story?
Bunch of us wanted to see a football game up at New Haven, and, well, I borrowed the plane from the company I was working for to fly us up there, and I don't know, I guess I had a few too many drinks. Well, anyway, I didn't allow enough clearance for the landing field, and I sliced off the top of an automobile. I killed one man. I was suspended, all for 5 gin rickeys.
Bad boy. Yes, sir, bad boy.
Oh, I beg your pardon, I forgot. The company drunk.
Never mind, I'll tell my own story.
All right, go ahead.
My name's Smith.
Wrong. My name's Smith.
I beg your pardon. You're Smith, and I'm Jones. The guy that tops them all. Listen, I had a girl once, as pretty as you are. We were in love, gonna be married. So I quit stunt flying and got a transport job. And I got drunk to celebrate. One big spree before I started. And I said, why don't we elope? We did. Her, me, and 2 friends. There was a storm. That didn't bother me. We took off anyway. And the going got tough. Couldn't make it. We crashed. Side of the hill. Killed the other 2. Killed them quick. She was smashed up. They took her to a hospital, and she was getting along fine. And then one day, they let her see what happened to her face. That was all. Just her face. She killed herself.
Come on.
Where are you going?
We're going outside.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. The snakes in the bottle are harmless enough. The ones outside bite sometimes.
I think we can take care of ourselves if you don't mind.
Pass the bread. What did you expect to find out here? Balmy moon-kissed breezes? Tropic nights are cold. What did you bring her down here for?
Isn't that our affair?
No, it's mine. You see, I help run things here, and it's bad enough now. I don't want it messed up anymore by the wrong sort of people.
Well, I suppose you fellas call yourselves the right sort.
Oh, no, you've got it backwards. You're the right sort. We're the wrong kind. We'll never get together. No matter how hard we try, we can't mix. Give me a match, will you? If you're smart, you'll go back.
You say none of you work here because you like it. What's keeping you here?
Well, you see, Mr. Ellis is a better student of economics than we are. Thanks. Of course, anywhere you eat and drink is bound to cost you money. But I found you drink more in a place like this. And you end up owing Ellis more than he pays you. Of course, you're free to skip out and leave him holding the sack. But you'd be arrested on the coast if you stole a plane, and you can't ride those boats free.
Tell me more about this man, Ellis.
Oh, you'll find out. Your husband can write you about him.
He won't need to. I'll be right here with him.
You're not as smart as you look.
Alice?
Oh, hello, Wilson. What do you want?
Well, I want to send my wife back to the States.
That's a good idea. Let's see. There's a boat leaving on the 10th. You can fly down with supplies, take her along with you, and I won't charge you anything for passage.
That's fine, thanks. You suppose you can advance me $300 on my salary?
No. You owe me about 218 now. There's the transportation down here, room and board, and the quart of whiskey you ordered last night.
I know it. Well, you've got me under contract for a year. You get your money back. Look here, Ellis, I can't let her stay here.
I didn't tell you to bring her.
Yeah, I know. A lot of things you didn't tell me, plenty of them. If I'd known the truth about this place, I wouldn't have come down here with or without my wife.
If you don't like it here, you can quit.
Well, that's just exactly what I'm going to do.
But I want that $218 before you go.
Well, I can't pay that. I'm broke. I haven't got a cent.
Then you better think twice before you quit. All right, get going. You're flying with Smith.
What, in that plane?
What's wrong with it?
What's wrong with it? Well, it's condemned. You expect me to fly in a thing like that over those mountains?
Well, why don't you quit?
What did Ellis say?
It's no sale, Lee. He refused to lend me the boat fare.
Well, then I win. You don't get rid of me.
Careful there. Easy. Easy. Careful. Easy. What are you trying to do? Kill somebody? You butterfingers. Get out of here. Get out.
What's in those bottles?
It's acid.
Acid? What kind?
I don't know what kind it is. They use it at the mines for something.
But carrying it in a plane. Suppose a bottle broke. What if you cracked up landing with all that acid?
Oh, well, Lee, why talk about it?
I'm sorry. I couldn't help thinking. Guess that's what I get for being married to a flyer.
But, darling, all I want to do is fly long enough just to get us out of this place.
All right, Wilson. Let's get going. Think over what I said last night. You'll have plenty of time.
All clear. Take him away.
Is there any place around here I can buy some material?
Material? What kind?
With something to make curtains with?
Curtains? Let me see. I think I have just the thing. Do you like blue?
Yes, I do.
Good. I'll bring it to you in 5 minutes.
Come in.
Here you are. How is the color?
That's stiff.
You'll have to do a lot of sewing, but they will make curtains.
Well, I couldn't think of taking your towels.
Oh, take them. They are not mine. I borrowed them from Ellis.
Oh, well, I think maybe I better not take them then.
Oh, take them. He wouldn't miss them for months.
That's Gaddis Pass up ahead. Keep her at this altitude.
Is it always bumpy like this?
Yeah, it gets worse farther on. Bad downdrafts. Get caught in one of those and it'll smack you right into a cliff. That's what happened to Marky.
Marky?
Yeah, cracked up a couple of months ago.
Yeah, I think I smell acid.
Oh, yeah, the corks get loose somehow.
That stuff's dangerous, isn't it?
Sure. Show me a soft spot to land and I'll set it down.
take this control now, will you?
I'd go easy on that stuff if I were you.
Okay.
How about a game of checkers?
Not now. A little later. I'm busy.
What are you doing?
My friend, that's my new invention. That's the only way I can get the creases straight. I'll make you a business proposition. You buy me a drink, I'll press your pants too. Good job? Are you going to smoke that pipe again?
Sure, why not?
Smells like burning tires.
Burning tires. This is very good tobacco. Costs $6 a pound in the States.
Still smells. Smell is a smell no matter how much you pay for it.
I don't mind it.
You're used to it. Personally, I don't care. But no, we have a lady here. And for her, this place is bad enough without you smelling it up.
Oh, all right.
Sibo, my friend. You're a gentleman.
Mousy, what's burning?
The man that sold it to Hanson claims it's tobacco.
He must have been mistaken.
Good tobacco. You heard what she said. Sure, that's Smith. I told you he'd make it.
It's a dream. A beautiful dream. No. No, I'm not asleep. You must be real.
Well, I'm Mrs. Wilson. I thought this was my husband coming in. He's flying with Mr. Smith.
Oh, I heard a new pilot was coming. But a wife? Mm-mm. We don't have wives in Delgado.
Oh, I've heard that from everybody. I hope you're not going to start in.
Oh, wait. You know, it's been a long time since I've seen a beautiful lady. And you are beautiful. Perhaps I shouldn't say so, but there was a girl like you back home. I used to tell her that, and she didn't mind.
I don't know why, but somehow I'm glad you're here.
Thanks. I know what you mean. But I wouldn't say it to the others if I were you, except perhaps to Smith. He's different.
I despise it.
Wrong, dear lady, quite wrong. Rough diamond, but quite the real thing when you get to know him. Hello.
Hello. Здравствуйте.
How was the trip? Dull. If you're taking my plane up tomorrow, I better check it over.
Right away. Come on, Archie.
Hello, Hilton. Would you like some tea?
Good work, Molly. I knew you'd be here to welcome me. Fill another cup up while you're at it. Maybe Mrs. Wilson will join me.
Thank you, I will.
Now, what shall we talk about?
Well, first, don't you think you ought to introduce yourself?
I'm Garth Hilton. Does it mean anything to you?
No.
Good. I'm glad. Do you mind if I don't discuss why I'm here? It's been so long since I've talked to someone like you. I don't want to waste the opportunity by talking about myself. Ah, this is more like it. Delgado's becoming civilized. Charming lady, tea.
You don't belong here. You're not like the rest of them.
Oh, they're not so bad. Take Mousy. He was given the Cross of St. George for extreme valor.
I thought he was a...
Oh, I know. It's easy to get the wrong impression about some of us. If you'd like to hear, I could tell you their stories.
Tell me about Smith.
I thought you despised him. That's Hanson, listening to the motor of my plane.
Well, it might have been my husband.
Don't worry, he's with Smith. They'll come banging in any minute now.
Not telling me that to keep my courage up, are
Of course not. There's a plane coming now.
I can't hear it.
Neither can I. But they do outside.
Look, I'll show you. They're putting more oil on the fire. Ellis doesn't let him waste oil. That's probably your husband now. Wait a minute. You'll need a coat.
Thank you.
See, I told you Smith had his good points. He always comes back right side up. He'll last a long time.
Well, I hear some of them don't.
Who knows? We'll talk with your husband. He's got to get you away from here, you know. Do you mind if I talk to him as a sort of family friend? If it's a matter of money,
Please.
Sorry. Never did know how to be subtle. But I have got a lot of money. No use to me, nothing to spend it for here. And I'll be here quite a while.
Well, thanks just the same.
Hello, darling. Better get him to bed. Hello, my name's Hilton.
Hi.
No good.
Why not?
He's always played games. He's just found out we play for keeps down here.
Poor girl.
You think so?
Yes, don't you?
Yeah.
Please, darling, try to get some sleep.
It's different with the others. They're all through. It's finished. It's the end of the line for them, but I've got you. I've got to live. I can't be taking chances like that.
Well, I suppose I could put him on the coast run. Anybody can fly that. Nothing to do but follow the beach. Easy enough to make a forced landing if necessary.
Well, I'd be terribly grateful, Mr. Ellis.
Well, that's all right. We want everybody happy. Makes for better efficiency.
Sure, that's the spirit. Just one big happy family.
Well, thank you so much. And I think you understand my husband mustn't know that I've spoken to you about this.
Oh, of course. No, you needn't worry about Smith mentioning it. He's even too discreet at times.
What's the matter, getting soft in your old age?
You know as well as I do, we'd be short-handed if Wilson crashed. Put him on the coast run till he gets hold of himself. Probably be able to take a ship over those mountains as well as any of you in 2 or 3 weeks.
Ellis, you're an optimist. Oh, just a minute. I think this might interest you. If I tell Ellis that your husband can't fly his precious planes even on the coast route, I think he'll get his release pronto. Then, if it's money you need, I think I can raise enough to send you both back home.
Do you think my husband would take money from you?
Yes, I think he would. As a matter of fact, I'm not at all concerned about him.
Suppose you let us mind our own affairs.
You've got to go. If you don't, you'll see him go to pieces.
You'd be disappointed if he didn't, wouldn't you? Well, you're going to be.
Maybe now you've got a reason to go, if that's what you needed.
I'm changing your schedule. Hanson and Wilson are taking the first flight today.
I wouldn't let Wilson take that shipment to the mines.
He's had the coast run 3 weeks now, doing fine.
Why not let him keep it? Let the rest of us take the stuff over the mountains.
Now, we've enough trouble down here without playing favorites. If you want to keep your job as head pilot, you treat everybody alike. I'll tell Wilson to get ready.
Want to talk to teacher?
Yeah. You sent for me?
Yes. Your contract's up next week. I suppose you want to sign for another year.
Nothing doing. I'm going back to the States.
Can't get a job up there without a license.
I can now. After a year of commercial flying down here without an accident, they'll have to let me take an examination for reinstatement.
What do you want, more money?
Listen, Ellis, I wouldn't risk my neck in your tin crates any longer for twice what I'm getting.
You've done all right so far.
I was born in a lucky month.
When's your birthday? I notice you never go up in them.
It's not my job.
Next week, I'll be able to say the same thing. Sorry I had to switch you on the hard flight. Think you can make it?
I don't see why not. If you can do it, I think I can. Hey, Mousy. This plane for me, will you?
Please don't, darling.
You're beginning to sound very much like a wife. That's just to keep me from taking a siesta. It's easy to drowse off up there if the weather's cold. Don't worry about me. I get along fine.
Goodbye, darling. Take care of yourself.
You take care of yourself.
Just follow Hanson, you'll be all right.
All right, stand clear there. Hello. Why so gloomy?
Well, it's a habit of mine. Every time my husband takes off in one of those patchwork planes.
Oh, it's safe as a rocking chair, this trip. It's great weather for flying. And Hanson knows all the tricks. If your husband follows his lead, he'll have no trouble.
Thanks. I don't know what we'd do if you weren't here to cheer us up.
You know the trouble with most of us down here? We're so busy feeling sorry for ourselves, we don't give any thought to the decent qualities in each other. Always moaning about being finished men, journey's end, and all that sort of rot. We're really well off. All of us have messed up our lives. This at least keeps us doing the one thing we've learned to do.
You know, you're the only friend we have down here.
What about Smith?
What about Smith?
He gave your husband the best plane on the field.
He did?
Molly, give me a drink.
Got any money?
Whoever heard of such a question? Charge it.
No money, no drink.
Mosyolovic's credit is good.
Mr. Ellis says your account's overdrawn.
Then lend me 50 cents, I'll buy a drink.
I won't lend you any money.
Here is my cross of St. George. If this is security, will you lend me not 50 cents, but $1 and 2 payday?
Well, all right, I'll get the money. Here it is. What do you want to drink?
What do I want to drink?
Yeah.
Nothing. I wouldn't think of drinking in a place where my credit is no good.
Well, what do you want?
How much liquor have you sold my husband?
That's none of your business.
Well, I'd appreciate it if you don't let him have any more.
Listen, I'll take my orders from Mr. Ellis.
I'm sure it won't make any difference to him. Please don't let my husband have any more to drink.
Mr. Ellis is boss here. He'll tell me what to do.
Molly, you'll do exactly what Mrs. Wilson wants. I don't think she'll bother you anymore.
Seems I'm indebted to you for more than that.
Yeah?
I hear you checked over my husband's plane before he took it up.
Who told you that?
Hilton.
He talks too much.
You certainly don't.
to take the new ship.
New?
The new ship, yes. The old-timer will fly it. Hello. Yeah, this is Ellis. What? Hanson crashed? Where? Yeah? Yeah? Wilson calling from the mines. Well, when are you coming back? All right. Careless handling. That ship was good for years.
So was Hanson.
Yeah. Too bad. Just when he was getting ready to leave.
Are you going to send his money to his people?
Did you ever read your contract?
What do you mean?
Any loss due to negligence or other failure in efficiency will be charged against any monies due the pilot.
In other words, Hanson's estate owes you money for the plane that killed him, huh? You're a nice fella, Ellis. I ought to break your jaw.
What's the use? Can't change what's happened. The old-timer will leave for the coast in the morning.
It's Jones' turn.
Jones?
Yeah, the drunk. That's what makes him the best bet you got. Nothing ever happens to a guy who doesn't care. Funny thing about Hanson. He never drank.
Hello, operator. Relay this to the cable office. Night rates, charged to my account. Frank Henderson, St. Louis, Missouri, USA. Can use experienced pilot. Best planes in flying field this part of the world.
You want to eat now, or are you going to wait till Wilson comes in?
I don't think anybody's hungry. Keep some coffee hot for him.
All right.
Shouldn't he be here by now?
Pretty soon. You want to play a game, Checker?
Get away from there. Get away! I'm sorry. I guess we've all got the jitters. Oh, Molly, bring some coffee, will you, please? Don't you think a little coffee would make you feel better?
No, thanks. Was Hanson married?
No.
He was quitting. Told Ellis so this morning.
Yeah. Ellis didn't like it.
Oh, why do you stay? Why don't you get out before it's too late?
It's no use.
But you may be next. Or my husband. This'll keep on and on. You keep getting others like you and other planes that aren't fit to be flown.
Oh, this place isn't so bad. Men are killed all over the world flying every day. As for Hanson, that plane of his was the worst of the lot.
You're going to learn something about planes. Take that one. Mousy says it hasn't enough power to fly its own weight.
Yeah, well, Mousy doesn't know.
Doesn't he? It was flying long before any of you. He knows that's someone's coffin. Maybe yours or Hilton's or...
Oh, come on, forget it. Your husband will be in any minute now. He's a great flyer. You know, a lot of us, seeing what he did, wouldn't have had nerve enough to go back over the same route.
You may not know it, and I didn't until recently. He's afraid of flying. He's afraid not to fly.
Here he comes.
Magnificent, yeah. Crazy. You shake every strut loose at that speed. Come on, boys! Now, pull yourself to pieces. If he tries to land at that speed, he'll kill himself. You better go inside.
No.
What happened to Hanson?
I don't know. I tried to signal him. I knew he was flying too low. I don't know. He missed my signal or something. Come on, Lee. I want a drink. Come on. What do you say to you and me having a drink of brandy together?
Not now. You shouldn't have taken such chances landing like that.
Advance, they thought I was afraid. I showed them.
It was a very foolish way of doing it. You might have crashed.
Oh, Lee, don't keep nagging, please. You want to let them see that you think I'm too soft to stand up under this? I know you talk about me behind my back to Hilton. And probably to Smith,
That's
too.
not true.
I know what's in your mind. You keep wondering, how long will I last?
Can't believe that. Oh, I know if you hadn't been drinking, you wouldn't say things like that.
Well, I can give you more details if you want them, and don't think I can't. Oh, Lee, I want a drink. I need one. Hey, Molly. Molly. Hello, beautiful. Did you see me make that landing? It's all right, huh? Say, bring me out a bottle of brandy. You have a drink with me, too, if you want.
You've got to listen to me. We're going home.
Yeah, well, what are we going to use for money?
Well, I'll get it somehow.
From Smith, I suppose.
Well, Smith or Hilton, what difference does it make? They both offered to lend it to us, and we can pay them back later. Oh, it's our only chance. You can't stay here. I know that now.
I know one thing, too. You haven't been wasting your time with those fellows, have you? No, I'll say marriage is a grab bag, all right. You never know what you're getting into.
Some hard knocks make you find out.
Lee. What's happened to us? We used to hit it off so well together. You used to be proud of me.
Here's your brandy.
Lee, have a drink with me, please.
Please, Lee. All right, then, I will. And what's more, I'm not drinking alone either.
Come on, cheer up. Whatever it is, it can't be as bad as that.
Hey, stop that music. You're making my Pedro nervous. Huh.
Say, do you like races? You're missing our big derby. I'll make a little bet with you on Pedro. If he wins, you smile for a change, and if he loses, I'll shut up about it.
Ready? Go!
Come on, Pedro! He wins! Hooray! Well? Oh, that's fine. Now, hold that just a minute.
Why?
Because that's the way I want to remember you. Is that everything?
Yes, sir.
Did you check the motor?
Yes.
Better turn her over, Mousy, see what she sounds like.
All right.
Switch off! Switch off!
Contact!
Contact!
Who's taking the ship up?
Wilson, where is he?
I'll get him. Your plane's ready.
All right. I'll be there. Don't worry about that.
Yes, you will be there, but you're in no condition to fly.
Say, what is this anyway? Is Leaving giving you lessons in nagging?
Listen, there's only one worthwhile thing down here, and that's your wife. If you don't realize it, I suppose my telling you won't make any difference.
You hear that? He's a guy. And all the time I thought it was Smith.
That's right, Wilson. But it doesn't mean a thing. She's completely loyal to you. Why she should be is something I'll never understand.
Yes, so what?
Nothing, except I've got to do what I can to keep you from getting killed. I'm not sure why I bother. You stay here.
Where's Wilson?
We traded flights. See you later.
Contact!
You know where I've been all morning, don't you?
Yes.
Naturally, you despise me.
No, I pity you.
That's worse.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. Hilton took my flight this morning. That's twice I've missed because I was too drunk. Somebody had to cover up for me. Smith did it before.
Smith?
Yes, first Smith, now Hilton. They're both in love with you.
You don't really believe that.
Yes, I do. They try to keep me out of trouble for your sake, not mine. They both offered to lend you money to get us out of here.
I've been thinking about that ever since you told me. Now listen, Lee. I want you to be reasonable. You have to go, but I'm staying because I belong here. I was finished when I got here. I didn't know it then, but now I do.
You need me more than ever now.
I don't know whether you're in love with somebody else. I'm not even going to ask you that. I think I'd rather not know. But I do know that you couldn't want me again. Because you couldn't respect me. Ever. Come in.
The old-timers saw Hilton crash. Just this side of the main range. He's dead. You were supposed to make that flight. He left some money. Quite a lot. He wanted you to have it. I found this letter in his room. It's a sort of will. I guess he must have known this was coming. Read it.
Dear Mrs. Wilson, I told her the girl I once loved. You were so like her that if you will let me tell you now that I love you, I can fear that perhaps I'm still telling it to the same girl. Garth Hilton.
Alice, I've come to collect a little debt you owe me.
You owe me money.
Oh, the liquor and stuff. I've forgotten about that. Now it's not money you owe me. You don't owe Hilton any money either, do you? Now, according to the contract, he owes you money for the plane that killed him. Right?
You better pull yourself together. A little sleep might help.
Ellis, you know what you are. You're a murderer. You kill men. Worse than that, you kill them another way before they die. You killed Hilton. And you killed me, too.
You get out of here.
There are others who might believe you just as I did. They may come down here, too. Maybe some of them will bring their wives. That's wrong, Ellis. It shouldn't happen. And it's not going to happen again. Come on, get up. Get up!
Hilton's money is more than enough to get you and your husband back home. Now, you've got to take it. He wanted you to have it. He wanted you to clear out, to forget this place. And
Forget it? I couldn't. There's some things about this place I'll never forget. The nice things. Do you know you've never told me why you came down here?
Oh. Well, I was a private pilot for a broker. I had to fly him to Mexico. I didn't know he was absconding with money, and the police arrested me for aiding a fugitive.
Well, they can't convict you for that.
No, but they took away my flying license. Flying's my game, the only one I know. I had to eat.
How I hated you at first.
Yes, I wanted you to. I still do. I want you to clear out of here.
You'll be clearing out of here yourself one of these days.
Maybe. If I ever find anything worth clearing out for,
No, why don't you come back and make something of yourself?
it's too late.
Mr. Smith, you're a coward.
What?
You are. You're a coward. You're willing to throw away your whole life because one big, bad man takes away your flying license. I'm ashamed of you. I don't know why I love you when you do.
Say that again.
I do. I love you. Taken some hard bumps to teach me the true values, but I found out one thing, that love isn't orchids and moonlight.
You're no quitter. He needs you. And I'm afraid you're the kind that sticks.
Suppose I am.
What's that?
Who's in that plane?
Wilson and Ellis.
He's in no condition to fly. You shouldn't have let him take it up.
How could I help it? He had a gun. And he looked crazy enough to use it.
What are you going to do?
You've never been up in this coffin before, have you, Ellis? How do you like it?
Take me back. We better not go any further. These planes are dangerous.
Well, you should have thought of that before you sent men up in them.
Take me down. Please take me down, Wilson.
Now you know how we've all felt. All of us, all the time, waiting, wondering who was going to be next. What's the matter, Ellis? What are you afraid of? I'm with you. Don't you think my life means anything to me? Yes, it does. It means a lot to me. But I'm checking it off. That's right, Ellis. I'm swapping myself and you for a flock of decent people. That is, unless you can fly a plane a lot better than Hilton or Hanson could.
What do you mean?
I mean that you're going to fly this plane through Los Gatos Pass, and you're going to fly it alone.
Alone? Listen, I'll get you new ships. I'll give you anything you want.
Now, you've had your chance. Oh, and it's a good ship, Ellis. You've told me that many times. All right, Ellis, it's in your lap. Listen!
Markey, Hanson, Hilton, and Wilson. You know, in some ways, your husband was the nerviest of the lot.
He'd be very happy to hear you say that.
Well, it's true. The others didn't care. You know, it takes nerve to die when you want to live. Hello, Smith speaking. Oh, hello, Morgan. How's everything at the mine? Running short on supplies, huh? Well, we're running short on men. Haven't ordered any new ones since Ellis decided to take up flying a couple of weeks ago. No, I can't spare the old timer tomorrow. He's flying Mrs. Wilson to the coast. No, I can't make it either, Morgan. I'm checking out on the same plane. Bye.
What did you mean by that?
But I'm going with you. Well, thanks for the enthusiasm.
Well, I had a lot once. Somehow there just doesn't seem to be much left.
Smith, Ostorozno, dice daleko.
What does that mean?
That means in the Russian language, be careful and fly far.
Thanks, Mousy. Wish you were coming along.
Well, you know the mines must have supplies. I was talking to them on the telephone this morning, and they're going to advance me money for new pilots. And what is more, brand new planes.
Oh, best of luck and happy landing.
Spasiba. And if ever you want a job, Smith, you could always get it from the Musilovich Air Service.
Thanks, Mousy.
Goodbye. And thanks for everything.
Goodbye. I know you're going to be happy.
So long, Mousy.
Bye, Smith.
So long, fellas.
So long.
How about tailspin? Come along there, fellow.
Kontakt! Young woman, go prepare my supper. And don't forget, I want a bottle of Ellis's best burgundy with it.
Shall I charge it?
How dare you? Don't you realize that is beneath my dignity now?
Oh, why are you so mean to me when I try so hard to make you happy?
There is one thing that my first wife did to make me happy that you never did.
What's that?
Died. Get busy, all of you.